Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So, we will be talking about a large storm system, a dangerous spring system that will be brewing across the central United States. As you can see on this precipitable water graph anomaly, we have a very well-defined low pressure forecasted by the GFS at 993 millibars at around May 11th. You can see this is a pretty nasty storm, has a lot of moisture to work with, and obviously this is concerning because we are in May. May is a peak severe weather season for many states where this system will be setting up across Kansas, Nebraska, Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, and as a result we do have many days of severe weather as a result. But really this thing won't even be over up until we get maybe into early next week, so we have a long kind of a severe weather outbreak potential. Again, nothing too incredible for now yet. It is still 84 to kind of 90 hours away, and we will be obviously tracking this for you. And let's begin by looking at the GFS radar and rain/frozen simulated kind of outlook. So again, right now we've already had a pretty active pattern. We've had a lot of showers and activities of different sorts across the central United States the past few days, and you can see that in the next few 12-hour, 6-hour periods on the GFS, it's going to continue firing up across Nebraska, the Dakotas, the Plains, and what's really noticeable is that, again, there is no big system yet. However, watch this as we see a system begin to brew here, and you can see that on Wednesday night and Wednesday evening is the first day of where this thing could really start taking off. You know, severe storms potentially well into Wyoming, Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle, Kansas, Nebraska, a lot of rain further even out east towards Arkansas. As you get into the overnight hours into Thursday, you can see this continues. We get some snow in the Colorado Rockies. Again, if you look at the the mean sea level pressure map, we see this storm even more fully, and see how impressive this is. Again, spring systems are typically not really the ones that are very strong and have low millibars. Those are usually associated with winter storms or late fall storms or maybe early spring storms. But late spring storms like this, it's hard to come by. They have happened before, but again, the severe weather threat with these always goes up as they have a lot more potential with them, a lot more power, and as there's kind of a central driving force behind them. And notice that this could be affecting, again, a lot of the Dakotas, into the high plains here, into Montana, Wyoming, out here into the central southern kind of plains as well. So many areas getting impacted by this, and you can see this low pressure eventually does start kind of tearing apart. But even when this thing is weak, we have thunderstorms firing up on a daily. You could see well into Texas, into Oklahoma, and by the way, a lot of these areas are going to be picking up a lot of this rain needed. So there's a silver lining to this situation. There's a very bad drought going on across the central United States right now, and these areas are desperate for water essentially, and a lot of this will actually be beneficial, this rain. But again, there will be some nasty severe storms, and you can see that this thing still spinning away into Saturday. During the day, notice how the kind of things calm down, but in the evening hours with the heating from the daytime, from the sunlight, things pop up as typical with severe weather events. And you can see into 7 p.m. there on Saturday, we see this now shifting further east. Again, the severe weather threat won't be as significant further east as it will be across the plains. Still pretty strong, and obviously there will be pretty much daily thunderstorm threat across the United States with this, and something to watch for. Notice this thing kind of speeds off and turns into more of a rain conglomerate as we get into Monday of next week. But by then, things have been going on already for a whole week, and you can see the amount of precipitation this thing can dump is obviously pretty significant. This is a global model, so it does a pretty bad job with forecasting, thunderstorms precisely. It gives us a good idea of where, what areas are favored to see them. And if you look at the Storm Prediction Center for the next 4 days, including today, it gives us a better idea of where the worst will occur. So right now, this isn't to do with this big storm yet. This is kind of still out ahead of what we have been dealing with, and you can see that this was the main threat for today, right? So that is mainly already over. But into Tuesday, we have a lot into Kansas, Oklahoma, a lot more activity starting to spring up again, partially due with this strengthening storm out here, a little bit into North Carolina as well, that severe weather. I do notice into Wednesday, this thing really starts kicking off into there, Colorado, Wyoming. You can see it's pretty far into the mountains, so it starts off pretty far inland, if you will. And it's not necessarily going to be just across, typical areas. But you can see day 4 there, more of the typical areas, right? The panhandles of both Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, dangerous. And day 5 into Thursday and Friday will be probably even larger area. We will probably get to see an area of enhanced at least. And again, even outside of those yellow areas, some nasty storms can and probably will occur. So that is a GFS model. Again, let me show you now the European model. Another model that I like to use. It's very good by some. It's actually preferred to be their preferred model, and I actually kind of have to agree with that. It is probably a better model than a GFS. But do note that as we move this out into Wednesday and Thursday, we see a lot more activity starting to flare up. Again, the culprit right there, and actually gets so strong that you can see an area of circulation behind it, cool air pools, and we will see some snow in the mountains, the Colorado Rockies there. Again, pretty large area of precipitation through the day on Thursday. Showers, storms. Again, a lot of these areas do need that rain. You're at 10 p.m. This is in the evening hours where the threat usually peaks. And you can see that that is Thursday. Now this is into the day Friday, another day that will be very, very busy. And you can see this slowly moves eastward through the day on Saturday. A lot of showers at this point and thunderstorms picking up across Texas. And this thing meanders potentially further off the East Coast. The European keeps it a bit stronger and actually a pretty well organized system as it even as it moves off the coast on Monday. So again, this thing will be potentially even evolving into some sort of a nor'easter as it rides up the northeast coast. Again, not snow, but still some winds and some pretty nasty conditions with that rain pretty much blowing sideways. But then after that, things look to calm down and warm up. But there are some signs that there could be a powerful cool down in the long range. Models like the GFS and even the European are starting to show that. And what I mean by that is right here. Look at that. Powerful cold front. We'll have to watch for that. Again, it's late enough where this won't necessarily cause a mass frost. At least for a good chunk of the central southern U.S. Northern areas, we'll have to watch for this, but it will inevitably still bring a lot of cool temperatures, and you can see a lot of these readings definitely are chilly. Again, this is far out, and this isn't really to do with this big storm, but it's something I thought I would bring up. So yeah, for now, we will just have to wait. Again, today, not really that big of a deal yet with this system. It's going to be mainly kicking off into Tuesday, especially Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So let me now show you a high resolution model. So just pick your area on this map. This takes us through the overnight hours into tonight. Again, you can see still Kansas picking up some showers. So even if the storm is still a little bit away, the activity is already and has been going on for quite a while. So definitely something to watch. If you live across southeastern Kansas tomorrow, you have a very good chance of seeing some nasty storms. And then notice into the overnight into Wednesday, the storms continue into Nebraska and northeastern Kansas this time, moving into Missouri and southeastern Iowa before fading off during the day on Wednesday. And it reaches pretty much like a peak of calmness right there during the day on Wednesday before things blow up. And for that, we could take a look at the model 12KM. You can see showing relatively few activity, not much, right? But by 7, 10, we have a lot of activity spawning across the mountains here into Colorado, Wyoming, where that storm is, but also some activity across Oklahoma. This is definitely something we'll have to watch for. That could be a long track area of concern there. And then notice into the day on Thursday, this continues, and Thursday night, especially, things start flaring up yet again. So we'll have to keep an eye on all of this, and see what could come of this, as this could be a very interesting, and potentially, obviously, very dangerous weather event. So that is basically it, guys, for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you all on the next episode. See ya. Bye.